For the sixth time now, the union government has extended the suspension of operations with 24 Zomi and Kuki armed groups in Manipur. But 17 of the 23 outfits have refused to sign the extension, demanding that talks be held immediately. NDTV visited the camps of the rebels where they have threatened to return to the jungles if the government doesn't reciprocate with dialogue immediately.
Not very far from the Myanmarese border is this camp of the Zomi Revolutionary Army, one of the 23 Zomi and Kuki armed groups in Manipur who have suspended operations. In 2010, the then Home Minister, Mr. Chidambaram, had visited this designated camp of the ZRA and had promised to initiate talks. They are still waiting for talks. The Zomis and Kukis constitute one of the major ethnic groups in Manipur, but their factious politics have helped New Delhi delay the dialogue process. Some are demanding autonomy, while others want a state. Meanwhile, at 3,000 rupees stipend a month, some 2,500 cadres are getting restless.
If the government is not sincere, and if SO does not mean dialogue, then inevitably we'll have to resort to other means of...
Does that mean taking up arms again?
Absolutely. These arms are not for decorations. It costs a lot. They cost a lot of money, and it's an investment that we have resorted to because it appears memorandums or efforts for dialogue till date appears to have no bearing on the government.
Though there are dozens of groups now on suspension of operations and ceasefire across the region, but the problem is the availability of arms in this region. Like all groups on ceasefire, they too violate ground rules with impunity and allegedly indulge in regular extortion, which they call donation.
But when you talk about our extortion, it's maybe 500 rupees here, maybe 50,000 there, and that's for a sustenance, because we're not getting what is our legitimate due.
But you do that on force, using force?
Not always, not always.
Hundreds of such soldiers across the northeastern region are ready to give up arms like this. But is the government's so-called peace process just an euphemism for appeasement rather than a clearly laid out policy for peace to integrate them into the mainstream and fulfill their demands? In Churachandpur district of Manipur, Kishala Bhattacharjee for NDTV.